Hey everybody and welcome back. It's time to get back into some more Final Fantasy VI. When we finished the last episode, we were getting some equipment for Realm because she'll be joining us for a while. Going to continue along with that trend. We're here in Miranda because there's some armor here that'll increase Realm, Strago, and one other character's Magic Evade, which is the stat used for pretty much all evasion. So yeah, we're going to add Realm to the party. We're taking Celis, Terra, and Locke as well, and we are going to head to pick up another party member. Just a hop, skip, and a jump across the world map. We haven't run into Doomgaze yet. I actually know where he is because I ran into him and just had to reset a while ago, but we are going to this tower in the middle of nowhere, or in the middle of this mountain range at least. And the reason we're here is because we know that Strago is here. So Strago has been here since the end of the world, marching in a circle like this, and if you talk to him earlier, you can't really snap him out of it. But if you bring Realm with, he will like freak out and be like, oh my gosh, my granddaughter is alive. Holy crap, I guess I'm not really depressed after all, and I can help you challenge Kefka and try to save the world because, yeah, that's it. I mean, he thought that Realm was dead and that like snapped something in him. I don't remember if I've brought us here yet to show you guys this place, but this is like a tower built to the heavens, kind of a Tower of Babel kind of thing, except to Kefka. We'll be back here in a little while. I want to grab another couple party members before we get back here, because this place sucks. And pretty soon we'll be able to avoid random encounters, and that'll be key. After that, we are going to head off to find another party member, or at least that's what I was planning to do. So I'll show you where we're going here. This is a little island up in the top of the map. It probably seems kind of familiar if you watch the first half of this series, but there's no grinding up here this time. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to run into this Zone Eater, and he's going to suck us into his tummy. Munch, munch, munch. And this is not very intuitive. And also, again, not really important. You know, you could skip this whole area, but I am going to skip the fight to get you down into the basement here. So this is inside the Zone Eater's belly. And this place is weird. There are a couple of nasty encounters here. I think actually just one. In this room, right at the beginning, if you try to jump across the bridges and you touch one of those dudes running back and forth, you get knocked down here. You don't want that probably, but you do want to get down here once because you want that red jacket. The encounters that I was talking about, though, are a non-escapable one. However, it's not a group of only non-escapable enemies, if that makes sense. So you can kill the ones that you can't run from, not gain any experience, and then run away. So I had to do that a couple of times. I could have come here later, and I probably should have, but I wanted a Thunder Shield out of here, and I didn't end up using it anyway, so this was kind of a wasted trip. Doesn't really matter, though. This is the more challenging one here at the end. This one's always frustrating, and I don't know why I made that. Get the fake mustache. That's a relic for Realm that lets you change the way that her sketch works, so you can take control of the enemies instead. We actually won't really ever use that, so... But we got it anyway, so now we can say we did. This room isn't too bad. If you stick to grabbing the treasure chests, you will be safe. There is, a falling ceiling, as you can see, so if you get squished by that, I'm pretty sure that's actually just a game over. But you can run through, grab the chests, and get into the next room. If you skip the chests, you can actually make it through here with only one fall of the ceiling. And then we're at the end of this little mini dungeon here. So we hop across the little treasure chests. We can see that door up there. We'll be skipping that one for right now. I actually got to about right here and I was like, did I grab Shadow yet? I don't think I got Shadow yet. Ah, crap. So we got our Thunder Shield that we will not use. And we're going to leave. So we're going to cast Warp. We'll be back here shortly, and I'll show you what's behind that door in a little bit, but first we have something else to take care of. So we're back on the Veldt, of all places. You might have seen this little cave when we picked up Gao. Speaking of Gao, we'll get back to him eventually. We're not really in a rush to pick up Gao right now. He would mess up our averages. So the cave in the Veldt. We just left a place where there's an encounter that you can't run away from, and here we are in another one. The difference with this one, though, is if you run into it, you just have to reload. Because you can't just kill like one of the enemies and then run away, because you'll only run into groups of the ones that you cannot run from. I know that's a little wordy. I'm not sure a better way to say it. But anyway, as we came in here, we saw Interceptor, and he was just hanging out around the front door. You can talk to those thieves, but they don't have a lot to say. They're just like hiding from the monsters in the Veldt, I believe. There was a chest that we skipped over there too that has a monster in a box. Don't really need it, so we're just gonna take a pass on that one and get down further into the basement. This is a really important room. I don't know if I've ever missed it, but I would be pretty sad if I did. We need to grab this striker out of the chest right there. We're gonna need that pretty soon. In, I don't know, like 5 minutes maybe. After that, we just continue through. Nothing really worth noting in here other than, whoa, was that? Yeah, that was worth noting. So Shadow is down there. Obviously, Interceptor doesn't go far from Shadow, so you're probably not super surprised to see him. We are going to be running into a fight in just a second where there's a two-part kind of fight, and we'll have a back attack. So I moved everybody to the front row. Doesn't really matter at this point. Not really going to affect us. In fact, I probably should have just left him in the back row, but here we are. As we're looking at Shadow, we get attacked by, is this Senior Behemoth or Sir Behemoth? I'm not really sure. He becomes King Behemoth later, so maybe we'll stick with Senior. I'm not really sure. Anyway, this fight is super easy. This guy is weak against fire, but I'm coming to learn that when you have Ultima, you hit things with Ultima. Other than that, he can actually kind of work you. He can cast Meteor, which, if that hits you, you're going to die. So that's pretty cool. But we have life 3, so if we die, we're not really dead. Or as long as we can cast it fast enough, we'll come back. When we kill him, he comes and attacks us from behind, but this version is undead, so you just hit him with the Phoenix down and you're done. And then this is funny. This says, we can't do anything for her here. Let's take her back to Tamasa. Please don't judge me for that pronunciation. I have no idea. But the reason that it says her there is not because Shadow, surprise, surprise, is a lady. It's because if you don't grab Shadow at the end of the World of Balance, you find Realm there. And I think that they just never got like the audio or the dialogue changed for that. So we drag Shadow back and throw him in a bed here. Again, this would be Realm if we had not waited for Shadow at the end of the World of Balance. And now we're going to see that Shadow has some nightmares, and we're going to get to see just a little bit more about him. As we travel to different towns and stay in different inns in the World of Ruin, you can see other little dreams like this. So I'll probably just make one episode where we see the rest of them. But here in this one, we see this cloaked figure leaving the city and talking about wanting to leave the girl here to like live in a peaceful world. An Interceptor is running back and forth. So we have to assume that is Shadow. And again, we'll see more about that, but we won't dive into it too deeply here. So very interesting. Very interesting. Then after that, we cut back and it says, hey, let's rest here for a moment. Well, we're just going to talk to Shadow. And he's like, yeah, I'll be fine. It's just a scratch and Interceptor's guarding me. So just leave me alone, basically. And we're like, okay. When you leave there, he leaves, but we know where to find him. He's at the Colosseum, actually. And the weapon that we found in the cave down there is what you have to bet to run into him. So we put the striker up for a wager, I guess. And then Terra is equipped with gear that makes her essentially untouchable. And then it's just a matter of waiting. So yeah, you can see Shadow. He doesn't even have like a weapon. He's just like trying to punch her. And she morphed. And then she skipped a turn. She didn't even act after that. So I'm just sitting here. This is why the Colosseum isn't... I mean, it's cool. But sometimes it's kind of frustrating. You don't have any control. And like, since she morphed... Now I can't use that in a battle soon because she needs to like regain the ability. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So we bet the striker, we get the striker back, and then Shadow also is going to be kind of mopey and be like, well, I only know how to fight and I wanted to see how far I could get here. But he does join us. And he does actually spend some time in the Colosseum later. But first, we're going to Narshe. This place, you know, we've been here about 1 billion times, and this probably won't be our last trip, actually. We are going to go pick up a party member that is going to make life just, oh, so much better. Just so much better in the World of Ruin. But we needed to wait for a while because I wanted to get all the people whose levels could be affected by the calculation first. Because we're about to pick up Mog here in Narshe, and he is at level 11. So that definitely raises our average just a little bit. We just didn't want to mess with anybody. you know, just we don't want to grab anyone at a higher level than absolutely necessary, and we won't have to here. So as we travel around here, you might remember this from the very first couple episodes. This is where we had Terra fall like through the floor, and then we had to defend her. Well, we never went back here. You can. We didn't need to, but when you do go back here, you find in the world of balance there are a bunch of Moogles running around. In the world of ruin, it's just Mog. And Mog, the last time we saw him, we let him fall off a cliff so that we could get a relic, but he doesn't hold it against us. Human-loving, fast-talking, street-smart, slam-dancing Moogle. Slam. Capitalized. Yeah, Mog is awesome. The reason that Mog is awesome, well, first of all, he calls Ramu a psycho, so that's pretty cool. But the reason that Mog is so cool is not because Mog is especially powerful or has a really cool special attack or anything like that. The reason he's so cool is because of this, the Moogle charm. Mog's the only person that can equip that in a normal, unaltered game. And when you do have that equipped, you don't have any random battles. So now that we're done with this place, we're going to get the heck out of here because we want Mog, like all the time. First though, we're back at the Coliseum. Just like Shadow said, he is only good for this, which is kind of true for us. We're going to bet the Behemoth suit that we got from fighting Senior Behemoth, maybe. Ooh. It's a twist. Anyway, the Outsider here, pretty dangerous, but weak against instant death attacks, so I gave Shadow 2 weapons that can cause that. And then the Offering, so he can attack 8 times. Any of those could be an instant kill. Get the Snow Muffler, great piece of armor for Gao. And, for Gao, yes, but for Mog specifically is why I wanted it. And then we're back inside Zone Eater's belly because we're going to pick up another character. This is something. This is Gogo. Look at the mask. You can see little eyes there. I always struggled with that. I was like, what is this thing looking through? But it's like, it's got a sewed on like head. I'm not really sure. Gogo makes no sense. Some people have thought that maybe this is Emperor Gestal. Some people have thought that maybe this is Daryl. Honestly, it's likely that this is a call out to the Mime class in other Final Fantasy games and has nothing to do with the story at all and is just kind of a silly etc. character. But anyway, now we have Gogo. Next up, we're back in Narshe, and we are going to be picking up another character. You can see it's amazing. We're just walking through here like it's no big deal. There are no random encounters. I don't have to do any video cuts, like jumping around or splicing any video so that you guys don't have to watch me just run away from things. It's just so peaceful. Anyway, that's enough about that. What we are here for, actually, a few things. We're about to have a few boss battles right in a row, and then another character, like I said, that we're going to pick up. So here is a dragon, but the dragon is going to have to wait because that's where we're calling it today. So if you want to see what happens in the next one, make sure you subscribe for me. If you got anything to say, just let me know down in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.